Hey, 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 hey. What is up, everybody? I am so happy to see each and every one of you. It's Matt, and it is Bloodthirsty Thursday, finally. Almost TGIF. First and foremost, I hope everybody's week has been going good so far. Hopefully, your weekend, you got something planned and something awesome coming up. Maybe go see a movie or watch something around the house. I don't know. Whatever it is that you do, I hope you have a great time doing it. Today's movie is a very, very good one. Oh, which, by the way, I hope all of you are having a excellent day too. Um, Mine's been pretty good thus far. It's been an okay morning. Been hanging out, just doing a whole lot of nothing. Fun stuff. Today's movie is from 1981, and it stars Nick Cleland, Mary Gail, Artz, James P. Hayden, Angie Brown, and Ken Carter. And it's directed by James Bryan, who actually, the director, does a couple of cameos in here as the killer, but it was from a distant stuff. I think it was post wrapping of the film and post production, and they needed to add some more footage. And this is "Don't Go in the Woods." I always laugh though because it says "Don't go in the woods alone." Um, it's not anything to do that has nothing to do with the title. I don't know why it's on there. I mean, I understand that's the whole premise is don't go in the woods alone. Um, this one is what I would say is, let's see, it's about a group of obnoxious teenagers, a group of obnoxious friends. I don't think they're teenagers, but a group of friends that are out in the woods. One of them is a very by the book, stuffy, buttoned up all the way to the top of the neck, and just a real lame son of a gun. And there's two girls. They're both kind of tomboyish. One has like this short haircut, and she's very androgynous looking. And then there's another guy that's with them. He is kind of the outcast. He wants to be the one that goes out and does his own thing. He does his own, sets up his own camp. Just goes on ahead of them while they're still while they've made it stopped for the day. He just keeps on pushing through and going. Um, so it's based them, and then the one saving grace about this entire film is it has one of the best, like, the kill count is great, is the best for 87 minutes. I think that's how, or 82 minutes, I'm sorry, an hour and 22 minutes here. Which this is rated R, by the way. And this is the Vinegar Syndrome release. We got the nice original cover artwork here. As far as any kind of reversal, there's no reversible cover art. We do have the DVD Blu-ray combo. That's the blue. And then as far as special features go, there you go, guys. You can take a gander at that if you wanted to. All right, cool. Yeah, and that's Don't Go in the Woods Alone. Great work by Vinegar Syndrome, considering the film stock is not very good on this one. It has definitely faced some deterioration over the years. It's not the most quality look, even on the Blu-ray, because there is a lot of glitches in it. The color pattern goes a little wonky here and there. The sound is a little wonky here and there. Just overall and all, it gets a little wonky. It gets a little discombobulated, but in all, it does deliver the overall package and the overall good of what it's supposed to be. It doesn't fall flat on that. It definitely is a true blue horror film, but it has a lot of cheesy hokiness to it. The theme song is like, I'm not very good at doing impressions of that kind of nature, but if you've seen this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it is just the silliest theme music next to Slaughter High. Like, that one is really wonky as well. Um, This is worse. This is worse, worse, worse. Which, by the way, Slaughter High, I reviewed that last week or the week before. I can't remember. Check out that video. That one's a good one. I really, really enjoy that movie. It's one that I've seen, gosh, probably a dozen times, and I'll continue to watch it. This one I've seen probably 5 or 6 times. I will continue to watch it only because it's grown on me. First time I watched this, I did not like it. I thought it was very boring. It's quite dull considering all the kill count in this. Um, like there's these dull parts in it where nothing is going on. It's just them kind of. It's some dialogue, but it's pointless dialogue. It doesn't really add anything to the background of these characters. It doesn't give you any kind of connection to them. Like, do you care if they live or die, kind of thing. You're not stuck in that scenario because they're so quick to get rid of them on screen. It feels like because their acting is that bad. Everybody's acting is bad in this. There's a camera guy that gets a photographer, not a camera guy, not a video guy, a photographer that's out in the woods, and this is like one of the I think the very first 5 minutes, the very first 3 minutes. He's the very first victim, and he is just kind of walking around like over exaggerated acting, very like a lot of comedy and a lot of tongue in cheek to it. Very silly. And he's the very first. Well, I think he's the very first victim. But there's I want to say 9, maybe 10 in this for only 82 minutes. That's pretty good. That's what is that? The average of. Oh, forget it. I'm not doing math right now. My mind's not set for that. I have to be in the mind frame for math. Because it's not my strong point or my forte. Film is my thing. Film is my thing. History, stuff like that. Now, as far as any kind of like trivia I put on there, it's nothing mind blowing. The one cool thing I thought was the killer. He did a song on the soundtrack for the film. Not that there is a soundtrack you can purchase or listen to or anything, but on the one of the policemen, which is this rotund police officer sheriff. He is very, very inept. He is one of the worst, I would say, sheriffs I've seen in a long time, since probably Nail Gun Massacre. This is a pretty rough one. Even stuff like Mutant with Wings Hauser, that sheriff in there was just, horrible, horrible, horrible. You can even go to Motel Hell, with the brother in that one. That one is just, but that one's fun. I love, 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 love Motel Hell. Now, what would I describe? What would I compare this to? I did Madman, not that long ago. Which, if you haven't checked that one out, do check it out. That's one of my favorite Vinegar Syndrome releases I have. I watch it a couple times a year because I really, really love it. It's just perfect in my opinion. I know, no, I'm kidding. It's not perfect. It has its flaws, but it's a perfect party movie in my opinion. I would compare maybe some of that in there, maybe a little bit of Final Terror with Daryl Hannah and Joey Pantaleone or whatever, Joey Pants, that guy, the guy from lots and lots and lots of stuff. But gosh, I'm trying to think what else. I don't want to compare it to stuff like Friday the 13th or Sleepaway Camp, because those are camp films. This is not a camp film. It's a wilderness film. There's no camp. There's no the only structures you see is there's a house in the middle of the woods that is the the killer's abode, and it is, you know, of course, the cliche killer's place. It's all thrashed as shit, and there's victims' body parts everywhere, and just it looks like a place you wouldn't even want to put a enemy in. That's how nasty it is, you know. As far as what I would rate this one, on the technical side, it's like a 2, a borderline. It's a 2, almost a 1. Like, it's bad. Like I know people that do not like this movie, and I completely understand why, because it's not the best movie that there is. It's one that yeah, it's an acquired taste. You either love it or you're gonna hate it. There's no really in between mark in this one. There's no gray area, I've noticed. Um, like reading some of the reviews I've seen on it, it just like people are giving it 1s all the way around, which is insane. Ones and 2s out of 10. You know, I used to do that 10 marker. What I like to do is add both technical and entertainment together, and that gives you your overall score, I feel like. So we got a 1 on a technical side. On a entertainment side, it's like a 2. So this thing scores a 3. You know, this is not a good movie. This is quite dull. Like, I don't suggest it for anyone. Only for completionists that want to see all the video nasties list, all 72. I keep it just because of that, and that's the one thing, the saving grace for it is, to me, is the fact that it's part of that video nasties 72 list. Over there in the UK, what is it? The BBFC, I think, is what they called it. The UK DPP 72 list, yeah, by the BBFC, yeah, it's crazy stuff. It was finally released in 2007. It shows, and I think that was Code Red that released it, and you know that print is going to be not very good. Not that this one's the best. All right, guys. So we got a 3 overall with this lump of crap. I'm gonna bounce out of here. I've gone 12 minutes about Don't Go in the Woods. Don't go in the woods and watch this movie. Please skip it all you can. Only watch it if you're a completionist, like I said. I highly put thumbs down on this one. All right, y'all. I love your faces as always. I'm glad to see you as always. Duh. Okay. Like, share, subscribe, that jazz. And always, you know, I'm saying always a lot here at the end. Peace.